Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of LANGERR at the Mic Live. We're joined here by Ryan Silver, who is anxiously waiting the Thursday night football matchup between his Miami Dolphins and his cross-state rival, but not really rival, but just cross-state opponent, Jacksonville Jaguars. That's not a sound a Jaguar makes, Ryan.
No, that was a dolphin. It sounded more like a dolphin getting eaten by a jaguar.
So yeah, we're live here, and we're going to preview tonight's matchup. We're going to give some airtime for Ryan here to talk about his Dolphins and how they're going to lose the Jacksonville Jaguars tonight. But we're also going to look at the rest of the Week 3 matchups that we have on hand.
See that on the schedule? Where's that, man? You got a typo somewhere, man. What's going on here?
So we're gonna get into that real quick, just so we can finish in time for Ryan to enjoy his Dolphins game tonight. So yeah, let's get right to it. By the way, I have it on record here. I did really well in my picks last week. How'd you do in your picks?
I didn't keep track. I figured you wrote them down.
I took care of my picks. I went 13-3, by the way. We'll come back to it next week. But I went 13-3 last week, and so I'm pretty happy about that. I was only wrong with the Cowboys. Stupid Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts. I knew I was going to pick that wrong, and I was wrong with the Saints also. We think we both were wrong with that one. So that was an impressive upset by the New Orleans Saints. But let's get right into it. Ryan, I'll give you the floor right now. Talk about your Miami Dolphins going off against the Jaguars tonight. Who do you got tonight and why?
Oh, I got the Phins, baby! We got the first win of the season coming. This is actually the first time I'm taking the Phins to win. But I like the matchup. I'm not trying to put Jaguars down. I think they absolutely can win the game. But I like the way the Dolphins have played the last few. They've been competitive in two tough matches against good opponents. And so so have the Jags. But I think they're going to come back with a vengeance. I think. I don't know what the word on Byron Jones is yet. Do you know if he's playing? I hope he is. I don't know yet, though. That's going to be a big difference maker there, too. But nonetheless, even if he's not in, he's still going to take the Phins. I think they've played well, and I think that Myles Gaskin is really starting to kind of form. We're kind of seeing why. I was really yelling at Flores for having him in there in the first place in the first game, but after the second.
Sorry, by the way, Ryan. So I have an update. I'm going to confirm that Byron Jones is actually out tonight.
That's tough. Damn it. Anyways, still taking the Phins. Not like the receiving core for the Jaguars.
But you know what? The good news is, on that note, DJ Chark is also out for the Jags.
Yes, I know. So that I know. Because that's fantasy relevant. So it's like, I know the fantasy details. Defensive players being out, I don't know.
Well, if they're your defensive players, that's pretty important. If they're on your team,
we don't play.
That's more important than your fantasy team.
Very rare
Gosh.
to have defensive. On my team.
Yeah. On your own team, your actual Miami Dolphins defensive players.
I haven't checked the injury reports, and I'm like,
What kind of fan are you? What the heck? No, I'm kidding. So Miami Dolphins, it is, eh? That's who you're picking.
I think that Minshew's been playing unbelievable football, but without Chark in the game, it's going to be interesting to see if James Robinson really is just had a fluke few couple of games, or he's actually going to be a competitive running back in this league. So that's going to be fun to keep an eye on. But again, Gaskin's been surprisingly very good and versatile. Who cares about Howard and Breida at this point? But we got the full receiving core, and I think Parker's going to come and have a gigantic game. And man, Gesicki looks good. So I'm excited to see. Hopefully, that first Phins win. I'm going to call Phins win this one 27-24.
Ooh, and a close game there.
Yes.
I'm honestly I would be totally down for the Phins to win as well, but my gut tells me, man, I gotta take the Jacksonville Jaguars here.
Well, your gut is stupid.
Just purely based on the fact that I'm taking Gardner Minshew over Fitzmagic, because Gardner Minshew, the way he's playing right now, the efficient way.
Have magic in the name, and you just went against it.
But Minshew has a mustache and the most Florida man flow ever.
Have you seen the bickering behind them on Twitter?
It's literally, I'm pretty sure Minshew's stash trumps Fitz's beard. That's honestly.
Have you not seen them bickering on Twitter? It's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Just freaking whatever. I'll let you see that. But anyway, so I got the Phins winning and moving on.
Moving on. All right. So let's go right to the. Oh yeah, Jags winning my score. I would say, give me, give me, 27-24. I'll be boring, but also I'll inverse your score. I got the Jaguars winning the same that you chose. 27-24
For all the
Jaguars.
listeners, I'm giving him the shiftiest of the shifty eyes.
I think you see that live right now. So on our live stream, you see me in the corner, right, and you're on the main screen right now. But on the recording that I'm going to upload later, it'll be back and forth. So yeah, so you can see the live version. But anyway, we'll come back. Well, let's get to the Sunday's slate of games. Let's lead off with the Atlanta Falcons hosting the Chicago Bears.
Woohoo! Oh, what is up with Falcons, man? What a game last week. Oh man, just no lead is safe enough for them. It's like I feel bad. They're arguably like they could have been 2-0 at this point, but they're looking at that at 0-2. And Chicago, speaking of teams that could have been 0-2 and 2-0, Chicago very well could have been 0-2 at this point. Chicago's not a good team, guys. They got a great defense and an absolutely mediocre offense led by a mediocre quarterback who needs to get the hell out of there. Foles needs to start. But to be fair, if you start Foles, all of a sudden that team looks decent. I think I have to go with Atlanta finally pulling their weight in this one. Even though that defense is tough, that Atlanta offense is high-powered and going. And Chicago's offense just doesn't put up points, even against a terrible defenses like Atlanta's. So I'm going to say Atlanta wins this one. And I don't even think it's going to be too close. I think Atlanta's going to win by at least 11 points. So I'm going to go with I'll give a little respect to the Bears defense here with a 28-17 win for Atlanta.
So I have an interesting. There's something interesting about this game because if you look at the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons this year, you look at the Bears in the first week against the Detroit Lions, how the Lions lioned, right, and they literally threw the game away, and they dropped. Like what was a game? DeAndre Swift dropped what could have been a game-winning touchdown in the end zone, right? So I see these, and then you look at the Falcons, right? I mean, if it comes down to the Falcons having a 2-possession lead with like 2 minutes left, and Mitch Trubisky somehow throws a touchdown pass to bring them back within 1, and then it comes down to an onside kick where the Falcons just have to recover the ball to secure a win.
The ball. How about just actually try to touch the ball?
Yeah, maybe try to touch, like make an attempt to recover the ball. Right? That is a scenario to watch out for. But you know what? That being said, I do agree with you. I think the Atlanta Falcons will take care of business and just at least a 2-possession game. Let's say 23-15 because the Bears might try to go for 2, right? So let's say 23 or even 26-15. Let's make it 26-15. That's my score. All right.
Did you say Bears or Falcons there?
Falcons 26-15. They don't blow it this time, the Falcons. They don't blow it. All right, now from Caw to Buffalo. Terrible segue there. So we have the Buffalo Bills at home against the LA Rams. Now, just let me say this. The LA Rams played on the East Coast last week against the Philadelphia Eagles and did not return to Los Angeles. Yeah. They stay in the East Coast, right, to take on the Buffalo Bills. So
I don't care about the travel. I think that's an overrated thing.
Well, it's not that overrated. I mean, if you're playing against a tough opponent, like
every time I tell you something's overrated, you're like, "Well, I don't think it's that overrated." Well,
no, I mean
overrated then, Michael.
Yeah.
No, I think it's not. It's not that important. These are professional players; they're used to the travel. But I will say this is an interesting game because Josh Allen looks like an elite quarterback right now. I am officially a Josh Allen believer. I've seen enough games of him just taking over with his hands and his feet. And just showing us that he is a quarterback in the NFL and he is going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL for a long time. I love the way he's playing. I think Stephon Diggs' was, as I talked about last week, unbelievable for this team. This team looks damn good. This team is going to win the division. And I don't see the Rams stopping them. I'd love to say that, Jared Goff gets into gear this game and, that receiving core shows up and Cooper Kupp actually scores a touchdown. That'd be great for all of my fantasy teams. But against the Buffalo defense, tough. So I can't see the Rams pulling this one out. Although I think they will compete, and I think this will be a fun game. I'm calling 28-27 Buffalo.
So here's the thing, though. Buffalo, as a Cowboys fan, I'm relating this to the Cowboys because it's relevant. Because the Cowboys last year, they played the the New York Giants, and then the Washington Redskins, and then the Miami Dolphins in the first 3 weeks of the season, right? So, and the Cowboys went 3-0 to start the season. How'd they finish the year? 8-8. So my point is not to say that the Bills are going to go 8-8 and not be a playoff team, because that division is theirs to lose, and I believe that the Bills will take care of business in that division. Maybe just come out on even if they sorry.
I made a horrible music joke.
Yeah, whatever. Then we'll ignore it. Even if the Bills, don't beat the Pats to the division, they will still make the playoffs. So all this to say is that they played the New York Jets, and with all due respect to your Miami Dolphins, they played the Miami Dolphins in week 2. So I don't think I still am a little bit skeptical of Josh Allen. I want to see a little bit more. I want to see how Josh Allen handles a matchup against Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, right?
Don't get me wrong, he's gonna struggle. He's gonna fumble, but he'll struggle comparison to his other games. But I see them coming out on top.
Yeah, me too. So I'm gonna go with a tight game. Let's say 20-17 in favor of the Bills. The Rams will same score that the Rams suffer or beat the Cowboys by in week 1. They'll lose 20-17 against the Bills, and yeah. So on to Cleveland now. Cleveland Browns taking on the Washington football team.
Woo! What a game! What a game!
That's a potential. Is that a survivor pick? I don't think so.
No, not at all.
No.
Not anymore with that Washington defense playing.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that's a stretch, but still. I think I have to leave with Cleveland, but Washington is showing their stripes. If Haskins leaves the game at any point for whatever reason, and Alex Smith comes in, I'll be cheering for. I'll cheer for my loss there at that point, especially because it was my bold prediction that I still need to uphold here, because this is the last game for Haskins in order for Alex Smith to come in and make my bold prediction true. So, but I am going to take Cleveland either way, and I think Cleveland's offense is going to continue rolling. I know the Washington defense is something to be reckoned with at the front line, but I think they just have too many weapons. I'm calling a 31-18 win for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I agree. Like to me, the only strength or the only chance for the Washington football team is their front seven.
Yep.
They also have Landon Collins and it's not Kyle Fuller. Who's Kendall Fuller in their secondary, right? Anyway, so the strength of their team is their defense and their coaching, right? Ron Rivera leading that defense, right, and relying. If you look at Ron Rivera's teams over the course of the last 10 years, have always relied on a good front seven, but just. The Browns defense isn't too shabby either. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, right? They're not too shabby. And Washington can't move the ball on offense. Will it change with Alex Smith if he comes in? We'll see. I don't know, right? Like you predicted. But yeah, just Washington, they can't move the ball, and I see Cleveland.
So much better with Haskins out of the picture. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, somebody that can actually throw Terry McLaurin the ball? Awesome.
We'll see. But I still think Cleveland comes out on top. I say 24. Just credit to the Washington defense. Let's say 23 to 16. 23-16.
Okay.
That's my final there.
Next.
Minnesota, Tennessee. Real quick, Tennessee done.
Yeah, Minnesota's not looking.
Minnesota's really a disappointment this year. I was big on Minnesota.
Well, you know the way you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna jump ship here and say Tennessee, and then Minnesota's gonna blow them out because just whatever you pick with Minnesota, the opposite is gonna happen. But I mean,
no, that's Phillip Rivers, not Minnesota.
Huh?
That's Phillip Rivers, not Minnesota.
No, I always cheer for Rivers. Well, that's true too, actually. I guess.
Yeah.
But always cheered against Rivers either way. That guy's a jerk. Freaking stop having kids. For the rest of us. There's enough kids in the world. What's it called? Do what you want, Phil. Have a happy life, man. I don't care. but like, so, yeah, I think that Tennessee. Look, Tennessee. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I think Tennessee's a Super Bowl contender at this point. I think they're a solid team. If they get past a few injuries, they just look so good. I know that's coming off a loss, but like. Or no, sorry.
They beat Jacksonville. Yeah, 2-0.
Narrow victory. As I meant to say, sorry. But like, I mean, credit to Jacksonville for getting back into the game when they were way out of it. But that Tennessee offense looks like it's even better than it was last year, and it wasn't bad at all last year. It's actually more rounded. It used to be just so heavily running oriented, but they're throwing the ball a lot. Tanny's playing like a good starting quarterback like Miami always wished they got. Oh, well, they always kind of got to. But yeah, so I see Tennessee winning this one. And I like to say that you know what? I'm going to go on a whim and say Minnesota's offense clicks it into gear a little bit more than last week. They score at least 16 points. They score 16 points, and Tennessee wins it pretty easy with 28-16.
So here's my thing. We're going to see in this game, this is going to be one of a couple of games on Tennessee's schedule that we're going to find out which Tennessee Titans team this really is, because in the past, the Tennessee Titans, if you look at them, they'll go on the road and surprise or upset like a team that they aren't supposed to beat. Like Cleveland in week 1 last year, they absolutely destroyed Cleveland week 1 last year. But then they'll turn around and they'll lose a game like this against the Minnesota Vikings at home. Or anyway, I'm just saying that the mediocre version of the Tennessee Titans would probably lose this game. But I still think
advantage is not the same that it used to be. Let's keep that in mind.
100%, yeah. So that's why I'm gonna go with Tennessee as well in this game. Like I said, from the hop, right? Until proven otherwise, Tennessee, let's say it's not going to be that clean of a game. I don't think it just isn't going to be that clean of a game. Let's go with Tennessee. That secondary, that Minnesota secondary just isn't good. 20, let's go 25 because Gostkowski missing kicks. 25, let's say 25-13.
I love it. All right.
25-17. Make it 25-17. 25-17.
Big change here. 4 points, boys. Watch the spread. Watch the spread.
25-17 for Tennessee. Now, New England hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. This is a very low-key, intriguing matchup.
What?
Las Vegas Raiders at New England Patriots.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you said New Orleans, and I was like,
no. They're coming off their win against New Orleans, and their opening game.
Run it back. I do not see Vegas go. I am still not a Vegas believer. I know that I have to give him a little more credit than I did at the start.
You just have no faith in John Gruden, do you?
I think he's the worst coach in the NFL. So, but he's got talent around him. Don't get me wrong. Like the players.
Aaron Waller, Josh Jacobs.
Yes. And Derek Carr's playing great. So, I mean, hey, what am I going to do? Like, hate on that team? Yes.
Their defense is a bit suspect, though.
It's better than expected, but yes, it's not. This is no all-star defense. I will take New England, although again I have to give some credit. Originally, I would have called this a no-brainer, but this is going to have to be at least I'm going to go with I'm going to say the New England offense really gets it going here with a 31-27 win.
I think it's actually going to be a bit more of a blowout. I just think that Bill Belichick will, with the way Cam Newton is playing right now, especially we saw him unlock the passing side of Cam Newton in that game against Seattle last week, right? It wasn't just about him grounding and pounding and rushing and that's it. So I think that continues in this game with again, I don't believe in, I was almost going to say Oakland there, but I don't believe in Las Vegas's defense that much.
Life after love?
Maybe.
I'm gonna just keep smacking.
Yeah.
Unnecessary music.
Just catch me off guard with just like the most awkward catchphrases in the middle of analysis here. But anyway, I think New England's gonna go into the 30s here. Give me New England 33, Las Vegas 20. 33-20. We got a survivor pick. Actually, is this a survivor? San Francisco going to the East Coast, returning to New Jersey to face the New York Giants.
It would be if San Francisco's entire team wasn't dead, and still somehow is. I don't know. Is Garoppolo playing or is he?
No, it's going to be Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins is playing.
How long? I don't remember. I don't know the severity of the injury there. But they lost 2 of their defensive linemen for the entire season. Back-to-back plays, I'm pretty sure, if I recall. Oh, nasty. Sherman's out, I think, still. And Kittle's likely out.
But I'll just save your breath here, Ryan. A college team could beat the New York Giants right now.
Oh, that's the thing. I'm still calling San Fran. That's
easy.
That's how brutal the Giants look right now. Without Barkley, I don't know. Devontae Freeman. Well, I'm sorry. If this was 2016, you got a point.
If Saquon Barkley gets outrushed by Ben Roethlisberger in a game,
but to be fair, give credit Pittsburgh defense that game.
But also Jason Garrett's play calling you'll be backed up in 2nd and 13, and he'll still run the ball for some reason because that's Jason Garrett's offense. That's Jason Garrett's play calling.
I'm fine with running it on 2nd and 13. Jason Garrett runs it on a 3rd and 13 is the catch. Anyways, so 3rd and 13. Run it on a 4th and 13. That's just
49ers 23, Giants 10.
Wait, how much?
49ers 23, Giants 10. Done. Easy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give. Yeah. Wait. No, I can't because what's his name's out too. There's one of the receivers is out too. Sterling Shepard. Is it Shepard that's out, or is it?
But here's the thing: you can get a pick 6. I
Yeah,
think there's going to be a pick 6. Yeah.
Maybe.
So.
Yeah, I'll go San Fran 24, New York 13.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, 2 more 1 o'clock games. This one could go either way. Cincinnati visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a tough game to pick. This is a really tough game to pick.
For a Dallas fan, I understand. I think I'm.
No, but even on paper, whether I hated the Eagles as a Dallas fan or not, like just is still a very tough game to pick because Joe Burrow in that Thursday night game looked good.
Yes, he did.
He looked really good.
And that Cincinnati offense, it does not look that bad. The defense looks whatever. But I have to say that Philadelphia is going to play better than they have been because I can't imagine them being like this all season. And Carson Wentz is not as bad of a quarterback as he suddenly has been. So I think it's a bounce-back game for the Eagles. Sorry, Cincinnati. Another heartbreak for you, but you're just going to lose by a point again here. I'm gonna take Philadelphia 24, Cincinnati 21. Or that's not 1 point, 23.
I'm going with Cincy in this one. I made up my mind. I'm going with Cincy in this one.
Wow.
Cincy's gonna win. Joe Burrow is just Carson Wentz right now is not playing well.
The Dallas fan going against the
No. Here's the thing. No. There's actual data, analytical data to back this up because
data on football.
What? No, but Carson Wentz right now is actually missing unpressured passes right now.
Yeah.
That's how bad. Like he's playing
But that's
bad.
not Carson Wentz. He's not that bad of a quarterback. So I can't.
I don't know.
I think
Philly is just in a really bad spot right now.
Funk, man. I think it's a funk. And this has to be the game that Deshaun Watson puts up numbers. If not, I am off the Deshaun Watson train. Or Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah. That's coming up actually. That'll be our segue into the Houston Pittsburgh game. But yeah, just Cincinnati to end that thought. Cincinnati takes this one. Close game. Give me 27-20. Cincinnati.
Can we talk about Houston's schedule? Playing
Houston just has a really
what must be three of probably the top 4 teams in the AFC. Tennessee being the last one out, I believe. Buffalo is also arguable. But gosh, Kansas City, Baltimore. Oh my goodness.
We're gonna see Pittsburgh go. We're gonna see Pittsburgh go 3-0, and Houston's gonna go 0-3. Yeah.
Just this and Houston's not an 0-3 team. Houston schedule-wise,
are they though?
Right now, no.
Are they?
No, they're not. Now, don't get me wrong. They're not the same without Hopkins. That they need a bigger name on as a receiver. Cooks could be that name, but he's been injured. So
what else
they
is
need
new?
help in the. That's a good point. But yeah, they need help on the receiving core. Again, I like David Johnson. I think he's a good fit in that offense too. But their defense is their defense. It hasn't changed in a million years. But they're not 0-3, but they're going 0-3. So I can't see them beating Pittsburgh. This is going to be a tight game, and it's not going to be a high-scoring one either. I see this one going down like a 24-23. I just called 24-23.
24-23? All right.
Yeah.
So how much did Deshaun Watson get paid in his contract? What was it, $40 million a season, $45 million a season?
$700 trillion a year or something like that.
It was a 40, something like that. 800 trillion, whatever it was. But you know what?
$50 a second or something. I don't know.
to me, I'll be honest. I didn't see the full Pittsburgh-Denver game last week, but I know that Drew Lock got hurt in that game, and Pittsburgh only won 26-21, right?
And then they came back.
Yeah. So I think As much
Oh,
as
sorry.
this is a game that says Deshaun's going to get killed, because for the longest time the narrative in Houston is that Houston can't protect Deshaun Watson,
Killing
right?
me with
And
these
Pittsburgh
descriptions.
has a really good pass rush between T.J. Watt, who the Cowboys drafted Taco Charlton over. Um, R.I.P.
Well, you look at the name.
But you know what? I think this is a game that Deshaun Watson just wins for the Houston Texans. I just
And
think that I
I
logically
Wrong.
I might be wrong.
Wrong.
I might be wrong, but I just
Wrong.
think my weird gut feeling tells me that this is going to be a trap
You
game and
gotta
Houston's
stop
going to
listening
win.
to your gut and start listening to your brain.
No, but I'm calling this as a trap game, honestly. I think Houston will win a close one. Give me 24-21 Houston. 24-21.
We're really creative with these score predictions, guys. All right, next.
So this is a survivor pick. Although Philip Rivers screwed a lot of people in week 1, but Philip Rivers going up against the Jets. I see the Jets. They could win this game. I see it could happen again. I mean, I'm not going to take the Jets. Like, I'm going to take the Colts. But it could happen just because Philip Rivers could throw 3 interceptions and throw the game away for the Colts. But
I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna interrupt there. If Philip Rivers threw 5 interceptions, they still win the game against
Really?
the Jets.
I mean, they don't have
Absolutely.
Crowder. They don't have Le'Veon Bell, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I heard murmurs that they're not even going to start Herndon over whoever the second tight end is. So like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Adam Gase, thank God he's no longer in Miami. He's trying to like compete with Gruden for the worst job, like worst coach in the NFL. Actually, I think I have to give it to Gase. Maybe Gruden's not the worst. Man, Gase is just bad. Gase is just bad. Hey, but you know what? They got that great defense. Oh, we made this joke last week. I'm not even gonna make the joke again. The Jets stink. Those that we are looking at a team that honestly might go 0-16. Okay, this team has a chance at it, man. They are disgustingly bad. And don't, like, hey, I will give all the credit in the world to Frank Gore. He's the only reason that team's gonna get first downs, for goodness sake. Okay, like let alone
48-year-old Frank Gore.
I know, right? That's the meme. And what a joke of a team. The New York Jets are like the perpetual, like, just the laughing stock of the
Let's
NFL.
just throw it out there. Give me 27-12 for the Colts.
That's
it.
Generous. I'm calling
27-12.
I am calling 35-6.
35-6. Wow. Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I have zero faith. I have negative faith in the Jets right now. And that's not as a Finn fan. That's as a guy that watches football, guys. Have you seen them play?
Fair enough. I don't disagree with you on that. But
I
okay.
think the only points they got were off of a turnover in the red zone. Like, it's just
Poor Jets.
Not the poor Jets. They had it coming to them. They're terribly managed.
Anyway, let's go to the West Coast, to Los Angeles for the Chargers in their second game at SoFi Stadium. They take on the Carolina Panthers. Now, you're big on Carolina, but Carolina's 0-2. What do you have to say about that?
I'm a big dum.
I big dum. I big dum.
It hurts. It's like, I think they're gonna come out strong. Oh, actually, I did say that they might struggle near the start of the season because of the schedule.
By the way, Carolina doesn't have McCaffrey, so I think it's pretty. Even though LA is going to be starting, that punctured lung story, man. How the hell? Like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's absolutely nasty.
Tyrod Taylor, like Tyrod Taylor, like if that doctor doesn't get fired or sued, how, like, what?
Well, if you want to put your tinfoil hat on, maybe it was intended. Dun, dun, dun! Maybe he's just a real fan, and he actually
that's just
and wants
like,
to start Herbert over Tyrod Taylor.
Like,
although
that's something
I do like Taylor, but I don't know why anymore.
I just feel like, I feel like that's something that happens in an organization like the Chargers or the Bengals or the Jaguars.
Jets.
Or the Jets,
Or the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns, exactly. But R.I.P. R.I.P. Tyrod Taylor. But Justin Herbert only lost by 3 to the Chiefs last week. So Justin Herbert, Chargers go to a 20-6. Give me a 20-16 win here. 20-16 win.
For who? For
the Chargers. Chargers.
No, I think it's gonna be a higher scoring than that. I do know that the Carolina Panthers are still missing McCaffrey. This is actually like the biggest coin flip matchup for me. I still don't have a lot of faith in San Diego. Oops. LA.
Close enough. Close enough.
But I guess I'm going to have to go crap. My Carolina Panthers are going 0-3 at this point. So I think I will.
I dum dum. I Ryan. I dum dum.
I like Dolphins.
I dum dum.
So yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go LA. We're gonna go 24-20.
All right. All right. Now on to Arizona and Detroit Lions. Arizona is really good this year. Arizona's. I thought Arizona was going to be really good. The only thing in the way for Arizona is the strength of their division, but then again, the 49ers with the injuries that they're dealing with, that opens the door for Arizona.
Green light, wide open opportunity. For
well, still not wide open because there's still the LA Rams, the Seattle Seahawks they have to deal with. But
I know, but like they're.
This is a week 1 matchup last week where Kyler Murray came back against the Lions, and this was a tie in overtime. But this time around, Kyler Murray, Arizona Cardinals take care of Matt Stafford and the Lions.
Well, Arizona got this really this unknown name at wide receiver. That probably would have really helped in that overtime. What's his name? He's got
the guy that Houston traded, right?
Something. Oh yeah, I think it was Houston. Probably Houston. Maybe Dallas. I don't know. Something along those lines. And he's like got a funny name. Something about jumping.
Like he hops a lot. DeAndre Hopkins. Let's get to a point.
I'll stop the terrible joke.
Yeah.
I'll go back. I'll stick with my music puns.
So I'm gonna go 37 Cardinals, 24 Lions in this one.
I think it's a little too much on the scoring. I'm going to go 36 Cardinals. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go good 30-23 for the Cardinals here.
All right.
I think Stafford has a chance to drive it down the field and just comes up shy. Patrick Peterson comes in clutch.
Yeah, Matt Stafford's good for a pick or two every game. So
of course.
All right, now Denver Broncos are staying the West Coast here, taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks, right? So Tampa should take care of business.
There's a lot to talk about here. There's just an injury-ridden team.
Yeah, Drew Lock, Cortland Sutton, Von Miller. Injuries, if
Phillip Lindsay, like everybody, just like they're all going down.
This is why. It should never ever if it comes down to the NFL having to delay their season so they could get a preseason and training camp and OTAs and all that versus starting on time and skipping the off-season program, the NFL should definitely delay the season.
Yeah, there have been a lot of nasty injuries already.
Yeah, that's just.
I'd have to check the rate and see if it's a higher rate than usual. But
it is 100%. The 49ers Jets game alone.
Maybe that's fair. But what's it called? So yeah, I don't think I forgot the matchup.
Tampa Bay and Denver. give me Tampa Bay. 33 Tampa Bay, 17 Broncos.
I will go 35 Tampa and 13 the Broncos. I don't think this is going to be close. I'm sorry, Broncos.
All right. Now, still on the West Coast, we're going to go to what will be, in all likelihood, the NFL on Fox Game of the Week. Seattle Seahawks versus my Dallas Cowboys.
Let's go. Let's see Dak and Russell throw it on up there and just pray for their receivers to come down for it. But, Russell doesn't have to pray. He does. But it's like, oh, God, he has looked so good. Is this the year he gets MVP? Is this the year that Russ finally gets that MVP title? Because he deserves it so far. He is the week 2. He is the 2-week MVP by far. And to be honest, I think he's going to be the week 3 MVP by far too because I see Seattle.
Well, actually, Dak was the week 2 MVP, just so you know, or the offensive player of the week.
I'm saying through 2 weeks.
Oh, okay,
MVP goes to Russ, and I don't think anybody's debating that. But Dallas loses. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I honestly agree with you. So here's the thing. This is going to be a shootout, by the way. This has all the makings of a shootout because clearly, no matter how many times Dallas turns the ball over, they still have the offensive firepower to overcome it. Yep. Now, if there were fans, if there was a 12th man in Seattle, they were still actually pumping in a lot of crowd noise I found in that Sunday night game, right? Mm-hmm. They were pumping in a lot of crowd noise I found. So if given the fact that the 12th man still won't be there, I feel like it's that much of a factor. So I don't think the Cowboys will suffer offensively like they did in LA against the Rams. But the Seahawks secondary is intact. I think it's Quentin Dunbar, Shaquille Griffin, right? And I forget their slot guy, but just Jamal Adams, Bobby Wagner are their only two real threats on defense. They have no pass rush, right?
Anything else?
Like,
Especially
but
with the offense that they have, though.
but so that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying defensively, the Seattle defense, they got two guys to be worried about on defense between Bobby Wagner and Jamal Adams, right? Cowboys, like, sort of have a pass rush, but not like, I don't know. Do they have the pass rush? They did in week 1, sort of against the Rams, but not really in week 2 against the Falcons. But I just think that when it comes down to it, like Russell Wilson, the Seahawks will be too much for the Dallas Cowboys. And by the way, the last time the Cowboys played the Seahawks was the game I went to in 2018, the wild card game. I don't think the Seahawks are going to friggin' pound their head into a cement wall and run the ball as stubbornly as they did in that playoff matchup. But I just think that, just the injuries for the like, put it this way, Tyron Smith still hasn't practiced yet, I don't think, this week. And the Cowboys secondary we just found out this week that Cheeto Awuzie is going to be out a couple weeks. Anthony Brown's already out. So Trayvon Diggs is going to have to cover friggin' the stud that is DK Metcalf. I just think it's like the offense, head-to-head offenses are kind of cancel each other out. What's going to make up is the fact that Seattle just has, those playmakers on defense that Dallas hasn't proven to have yet. So give me another 40 burger for Russell Wilson, the Seahawks. Let's go 42 Seattle, 35 Dallas.
I got 41-39 Seattle.
Ooh, close one. 42-35 for my game, my prediction.
Final drive, but he is not able to get it into field goal position due to an unbelievable play by none other than Jamal Adams.
But that would be a great storyline. That would be a fantastic storyline.
Misses out on Jamal, loses to him. Yeah.
I mean, I would say we missed out on him because we'd have had to trade away like 1 million first-round picks and like third-round picks and all that. So we didn't really miss out, I would say. But
trade away 1 million picks for a good chance at the Super Bowl. Worth it. Next.
Kind of agree with you. But anyway, so now we got Sunday night game. Saints and the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees, or Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints, taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Sunday night football. Wait. I have to do a Chris Collinsworth slide-in.
I love it.
That we haven't seen this year because of COVID-19, unfortunately.
I don't even remember who I took for this one. It's like every time I hear the matchup, I'm like, damn, this is going to be good. Oh, man, that's a game to look forward to. It's going to be another shootout. I don't think anybody's denying that. I mean, obviously, it could be a disappointer, but I don't think Aaron Jones is going to have the same week he did last week because it'd be, insane. But I think the Packers look unbelievable. The Saints look great too. Don't get me wrong, although they did struggle. They didn't look as good as they did coming into the season. But shake off the rust, Brees, and make a really clutch. Have a clutch, super ultra mega clutch fourth quarter comeback to take the lead with only a minute left on the clock. But then Aaron Rodgers has a minute on the clock and takes it for the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers win this one in an absolute stunner, 38-37.
Ooh, you and your one-score games this week, eh? You're predicting a lot of them.
I love them.
Okay, so I predicted the Saints would be the best team in the NFC South this year, even despite the Tampa Bay Bucks. But here's the thing. Drew Brees is, like, the way they're playing right now on offense, like, Alvin Kamara is still Alvin Kamara, but, like, I don't know. I just feel...
Alvin Kamara is still Alvin Kamara? That was hilarious.
Yeah, my bad. Alvin Kamara is Alvin Kamara, and Alvin Kamara is Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I blew that one. But, I don't know. Like, this is... You know what? I'd say, like, my gut tells me Aaron Rodgers and the Packers will take care of business. Taking care of business. Yeah, whatever.
Every day.
But Yeah, I just think that the buck stops here for the Saints, and they do what they need to do, and they beat the Packers just because their defense will be the strongest defense the Packers have faced so far. If you think of that, right? Because and also here's another thing, I also predicted that the Lions would give a bit of a struggle to the Packers last week, and they did early on, but then Aaron Jones just ran wild all over the place. I don't like you said, Aaron Jones will not have that type of game. Yeah, so you know what? I was gonna say Packers, but you know what? Convince myself New Orleans Saints. Give me Saints.
Yeah, 3 losses so far, I believe. Now let's go.
Yeah, give me Saints 31. What'd you say? You're ruining my prediction. So give me Saints 31, Packers 27. 31-27. And finally, da 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 da. Da, 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 da. All right, I'll shut up. That was terrible. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. The only reason I'm doing that is because we actually have a really good Monday Night Football game. Remember 2018, we had the LA Rams hosting the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football. 2018, yeah, that was when the Rams won like 54-51.
Oh man, what a game that was! Man, that was the football game of a lifetime. But we'll never have a matchup like that. It's not like we're gonna see any big juggernauts like those two teams ever play again, right?
I mean, unless they're considering the fact that you have two former MVPs that are under 25 years old and Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes.
Oh! No. When do they play?
Monday night.
Oh my goodness! How do you pick? How do you pick one? I don't know. Flip a coin.
I do know. I do know. So here's the thing. Patrick Mahomes has a history of losing these types of matchups. If you consider the fact, I mean, I'm kind of going back to 2018 here, but if you consider the fact that they lost in the shootout against the Patriots when Tom Brady, Gronkowski, and Edelman, Belichick, they were all good, right? Last year they were washed. The Patriots offense was because they didn't have as many playmakers, but when they did have their playmakers, they outscored the Chiefs, and then the Rams outscored the Chiefs at home, right? Patriots outscored the Chiefs at home. And the Ravens, I think, are going to outscore the Chiefs at home as well. In another absolute shootout, give me Chiefs 42, Ravens 38. Or actually, you know what? Chiefs 41, Ravens 38. That's my score.
I thought you said the Ravens were going to win.
Sorry, yeah, my bad. Ravens, thank you. My bad. Ravens 41, Chiefs 38. That's my score.
I have to disagree with you again. I like Kansas City. I like the reigning champions coming in and absolutely putting on a show. And till near the end of the game, it looked like they really put up a good defensive game against Baltimore. But Baltimore makes a late surge to make it close, but not close enough. 43-35. Kansas City Chiefs.
Good for ESPN for getting a really, really good Monday Night Football game because
literally the best game
too often I find too often ESPN gets screwed with really overhyped Monday Night Football games, right? But this is gonna be it. This is gonna be a good one. Who was the Monday Night Football matchup last week again? I was listening to it in the car the whole time. I'm stumped. I'm gonna look at it right now. It was the Saints and the Raiders, of course. Yeah, that wasn't bad.
The upset.
No. But yeah, so there we go. That's our show today for our Week 3 NFL preview.
I gotta go and watch my Phins.
Ryan's gotta watch his Phins, so we'll call it a show here. Thank you for watching live to our audience, and just subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you like our, crap talking each other and all that, and our commentary.
If you love Mike's idiotic picks and you love mine.
If you like Ryan being wrong about the Carolina Panthers coming out strong and then falling flat on their face and going 0-2.
I said they wouldn't come out strong, but I said they would surge. Also, Fins up.
We'll be cheering for the Phins, but I still think the Jags are going to win tonight. But good luck to the Phins. And this has been a LANGERR at the Mic Live. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night. See you next time.